Another thing we had was a certain individual here in town decided that we needed a VA clinic here, and he went to a lot of trouble along with Senator Carpenter and some others, and we were able to get a clinic. Well, today we're going to have General Bodenheimer speak to us. He doesn't take a lot of accolades. He just likes to do hard work. He's done a lot for the community since he came here, and I think we owe him a great deal for doing the things that he's done for us. And we've got the clinic now, and that's been a big help to a lot of you right here in this audience today, I know. Without no further ado, I don't think you need any more introduction, General. But come on forward and let's hear what you got to say today.
Well, this is quite an occasion. This is Veterans Day. On the 11th hour, on the 11th day of November, this is Veterans Day. And this day is dedicated to you and to your families. And so many times, ladies and gentlemen, we forget. And we forget that when we go to war, everybody don't go. And the families that are here, the children, the wives, they stay here. But they serve and they go through the same things that you're going through. One of the wonderful things that we as fighting men and women did not have to worry about in the past was somebody to take care of our families. We were in a country that was free. And no matter how bad it got, and many of you, particularly in World War II, will remember that it was difficult here, and we shared with you. Unfortunately, so many of our citizens today really haven't been put out by an awful lot that's been going on in Iraq. We left it up to a paid army. I think that sometimes we as Americans forget that when we go to war, we share everything. And we hurt, and the families hurt, and the children hurt. So today, let's honor our families. We talked earlier about coming home. It was a wonderful feeling, wasn't it? And just think about when that happened. Go back. Go back 60 years. Think about that. Well, veterans and families and all Americans, my remarks today are going to be very brief. We've come here today to honor the veterans of all the wars and all the conflicts, and to these families who have also paid the price. There are 3 anniversaries that are important to Americans. Sometimes we forget. But they are important to the veterans. And inasmuch as we are here today to remember, I thought I might remember these dates with you. On October 23rd, 1983, 25 years ago, the terrorists leveled the Marine barracks in Beirut, Lebanon. It was a suicide bombing that preceded the 9/11 attacks in the United States on the World Trade Center. That was 18 years later. The blast killed 241 American servicemen, and it wounded over 100. Of the dead servicemen, 220 were American Marines. This is the largest loss of life for the Marines in any single day since they landed on Iwo Jima in World War II, 38 years earlier. This was not the first blow in the Muslims' fundamentalist war against the West and America. Just 6 months earlier, in April 1983, explosions wrecked and almost destroyed the American embassy in Beirut. That time, 63 were killed in the assault and 17 Americans died, mostly Marines. On October 25th, in 1983, the American forces intervened in Grenada, and after a bloody coup from a group of Cubans, 7,300 American service people were in that assault force. Within a week, we announced that the hostilities were over. 18 Americans were killed, and more than 100 were wounded. Now, why am I speaking to you today on these things on Veterans Day? This is the enemy that we fight. This is the enemy that is set forth in their philosophy of life to kill the Americans and change the way of life that we have here. The terrorists have been fighting and killing Americans for over 25 years. Let me tell you something. They don't have a time frame. We worry about pulling out, bringing the boys back home. They don't have a time frame. They've been at it for over 25 years. They don't worry about losing a battle. They don't worry about losing a war. They would rather win the minds and the hearts of these kids that we had behind here today. That's what they want. They want to change our way of life. This country must be concerned about the rotting that's inside this country. We have more people concerned about Wall Street today than we have about staying free. Those of you that have experienced war, you know how difficult, how bad, how awful. You know, nobody else does. The only thing that our Constitution and the Bill of Rights guarantees, the only thing, is that this country will keep you free and keep you strong. Keep this country strong. That is the challenge of America and Americans today.